Imagine someone pressed the pause button. The Earth instantly stopped. Not slowed down, stopped completely. Full zero. But here's the problem. The atmosphere did not receive that signal. The air surrounding the planet keeps flying forward at exactly the same speed it was moving a second ago. This is called inertia, and inertia is what will turn the next 30 minutes into the end of everything we know. The countdown has started. Minute 1. At the equator, the surface of the Earth rotates at 465 meters per second. That is faster than sound. When the Earth stops, the atmosphere carries that speed forward. This means that in the very first second, a wall of air moving at 465 meters per second sweeps across the surface of the planet at the equator. For comparison, a Category 5 hurricane, the most powerful kind that exists, moves at around 70 meters per second. What hits the Earth in the first minute is 6 times more powerful than the strongest hurricane in recorded history. Everything that is not buried several meters into the ground disappears instantly. Trees, cars, buildings without deep foundations, all of it becomes projectiles flying at the speed of sound. People in open spaces have no chance whatsoever. Even those who manage to shelter underground feel the ground above them vibrating from the air pressure. In the first minute, the majority of living things on the surface of the planet are gone. And this is only the beginning. If you are watching this and thinking it cannot get worse, subscribe, because it will. Minute 3. The infrastructure humanity spent thousands of years building stops existing within 180 seconds. Bridges, structures designed to handle lateral wind loads of, at most, a few dozen meters per second, are torn from their supports and carried away like paper. Skyscrapers, engineered with safety margins for the strongest hurricanes, encounter a load 6 times beyond their design limits. Windows go first. Then the load-bearing structures begin to fail. Planes in the air at the moment the Earth stops instantly lose all aerodynamics. The airflow around them changes in fractions of a second so violently that controlled flight becomes impossible. Every aircraft in the sky at that moment becomes an unguided projectile. Power grids, pipelines, roads, everything sitting on the surface or attached to it is destroyed. 3 minutes after the Earth stops, civilization as a functioning system no longer exists. Minute 10. Air is not the only thing moving by inertia. Water is too. The world's oceans, billions of tons of water that until this second were rotating with the Earth, keep moving forward. This is not a tsunami in the conventional sense. A tsunami is a wave that arrives and recedes. What is happening now is a continuous flow of water moving by inertia with no intention of stopping. Coastal zones disappear underwater within minutes. The wave pushes inland, not like a wave, but like an advancing ocean that simply fills every space in front of it. Low-lying areas are completely submerged. River valleys become ocean inlets. 10 minutes after the Earth stops, the map of the world's oceans has changed permanently. Hundreds of millions of square kilometers of land where people lived are underwater. Minute 30. The atmosphere is still moving, but now it is rubbing against the surface of the Earth, which is standing completely still. The friction between moving air and a motionless surface generates heat, a lot of heat. Physicists call this viscous heating. The temperature of the air near the surface begins to rise. At the equator, where airspeed was highest and friction is greatest, temperatures can climb by tens of degrees in a short period of time. The air near the surface is literally being heated by its own movement. The upper layers of the atmosphere, where there is no friction with the surface, keep moving fast while the lower layers slow down. This creates monstrous atmospheric turbulence between the layers. Storm systems of unprecedented power form across the entire planet simultaneously. 30 minutes after the Earth stopped, the atmosphere finally begins to decelerate. But the planet it is decelerating against is no longer the same one. What remains? The Earth as a planet is intact. The crust is undamaged, the core untouched, the orbit unchanged. From the perspective of space, nothing happened. But the surface of the planet looks as though something specifically engineered to destroy life passed through it. Wind at the speed of sound in the first minute. Total collapse of all infrastructure by the third. Flooding of coastal continents by the 10th. Atmospheric heating in global storm systems by the 30th. None of this came from an asteroid impact, a nearby supernova, or nuclear war. It came simply from one button being pressed and the planet stopping while the air did not. Physics makes no exceptions. It just calculates. And sometimes the result of those calculations turns out to be more terrifying than any science fiction. If you want to see the next calculation, hit like. The next video starts with a question that sounds even calmer and ends even worse.